let's take you back now to one of our leading stories. The family of Humansdorp Senior Secondary School learner Liyolo Wakeni says they're devastated by his murder. The 18-year-old was stabbed while at school in the Eastern Cape earlier this week. The case against the 2 of 6 suspects has been postponed by a week for a formal bail application. Eastern Cape Education spokesperson is Malibongwe Mtima, who joins us from East London this evening. Mr. Mtima, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Firstly, let's get your reaction as a department around such a tragic turn of events. What happened here exactly?
Look, thanks, Tolly, for having me. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you and your listeners. We received a report from the district that stated that there was a gang fight of learners, and one of them was stabbed to death. Police were called on site, and of course the SGP was also called. Today, like you said, they are appearing in court. But as the department, what we have done upon learning about this, we have activated our psychosocial support, of course, working with the Nelson Mandela Education District to ensure that those learners in that school do get debriefing and counseling. That's number one. Number two, we have programs that are focused or tailored towards educating learners about the dangers of joining gangs or gang violence. Those people are already at the school. They were there early today. Unfortunately, due to the court proceedings, a majority of the classes were called off since learners were escaping the school to join the court proceedings. So we've postponed it for today until tomorrow. They are going to kickstart the training. Subsequent to that, we will, our investigation of course is ongoing. It started on the day of the event, where we dispatch people from the district, not from the locality, from the district, to ensure that they are objective when dealing with this matter. The last thing that we're busy with, we have a moral generation group that is working with the department. We have already activated it, but we are awaiting until next week so that at least when they come in, a lot of work in terms of counseling and debriefing has been done so that they can take it from there going forward.
All right. You say that this is as a result of gang violence. Are you stating that as a fact, that the 6 suspects, whilst they are understood to be teenagers of school-going age, but they are also involved in gangs? Is that what you're saying?
That is the report we got from the district. They are involved in gangs. Hence, as the department, we have deployed those assistants related to that so that we can be able to destroy or deal with it within the school. Because, look, well, sometimes these things will start from the community and then overlap into the school. So we want to ensure that as the school, of course, working with the CPF of the area, we are going to ensure that we roll out the program that will not only assist learners within the school, but also outside the school, so that these learners can distance themselves from such issues.
When you say that's the report you have received, that at least the 6 who are now charged with murder are part of a gang, the family of Liyolo Wakeni is clear that this is a child whom they've never had a bad report from school to say he was involved in a fight, and that's why they want these suspects to be remanded in custody. What do you know about what reasons were there for his murder?
We are awaiting the final report that will give us the detailed issues after we've interviewed all the learners that were involved. There's a team that is there already from the district, like I said. Unfortunately, for now, the preliminary report that we got was just telling us of the incident and the interventions that have been taken. We are waiting the final report that will give us everything, detailing from what happened, the steps that have been taken, and the progress thus far. So we are anticipating that report from the district. We should be with the office at least by tomorrow morning.
I was in a conversation with the chair of the National Association of School Governing Bodies, Mr. Matakanye, just before you came on, and he's of the view that all 6 of these learners must be expelled from this school, and going forward, they must actually be put in other schools, but separated, so that they are not together and they are not able to reunite, especially when you raise the issue that they are alleged to be part of a gang. What is the next step for the department? What are you proposing about their remaining in the school? Because for now, the assumption is that they are going to go through this court process, whilst at the same time, they are schooling. Are my assumptions correct?
Look, in instances of this nature, what we normally would do is we'll work with the parents to provide them with the schooling information and the lesson plans, so that the learners can be taught, can study at school, because they pose danger to other learners until their case has been finalized. We cannot allow them back into the schooling system while it is volatile, because the area now is at the school is volatile. You can see that everyone has been touched by this. So we cannot do that and put them back into the school. Once they are out of the police captives, we'll then work with the parents to ensure that they study from school, from home, instead of coming to school, because they pose a danger. Remember, the South African School Act, they specify that if a learner is posing danger to others, we cannot sacrifice the others because of this learner or of these few learners. Then we have to let them study at home until they finish their schooling, and then we can refer them to other centers that will be able to help them, because there are social development centers that are tailored towards teenagers who are doing such things.
All right, so they will be homeschooled until their court case is concluded. What about safety measures in the school? For all you know, there might be other gangs or gang members operating within the same school. What are your security measures around this specific school now?
For now, what we have done is we have approached through the district director and the ETO, the community policing forum, number 1. Number 2, as the district, we are facilitating deploying an individual who will work with the SGP members at the school to ensure that issues like a search and seizure are brought back, so that if there are any weapons that the learners are bringing to school, those can be confiscated. That will only be done with the SGP involved, because remember, we need to get a consent from the SGP before we can do such. That's number 1. Number 2, I said to you, the police we have also spoken to them so that they can assist us in ensuring that when you conduct those search and seizures, they are party, and also do some rounds within the school to check whether there aren't any weapons that have been thrown or items that have been thrown in the schoolyard every morning session. Despite that, we call upon parents to work with us to ensure that when learners are brought to school by their parents, they must search their bags, so that at least when leaving home, they don't bring these items that are forbidden at school.
Final question to you, Mr. Mtima, and it's on an unrelated matter, but it does involve the Education Department in the Eastern Cape. Earlier this week, I had a conversation with the Minister of Basic Education on the back of pregnancies, schoolgirls becoming pregnant, and the alleged perpetrators or suspects here are said to be teachers. How widespread is this problem, and how many teachers, as we speak in the Eastern Cape, are on precautionary suspension because they are alleged to have committed statutory rape, because that's what this is?
Look, Tony, there's going to be a statement that will be issued by the Office of the Premier Provincial Statement, focusing on that, giving detail as to what we have done. But all I can tell you for now is that 9 educators have been suspended, 8 from one school, which is in this regard St. John's College, and then the other one is from Gangelizwe. We are supposed to get feedback this evening from the team that has been dispatched at Skenjana as to how far are they, because on a daily basis we're getting reports of the interventions that are being carried out in those schools that have been flagged or that have been reported by the learners.
Yeah. Just the other question related to this is just how widespread. You're talking about 2 schools right now, St. John's and Skenjana. Are there any other areas of concern for you? Mr. Mtima, you still with us? All right. I'm told he is frozen, but at least he has given us a response as regards the prevalence of this issue. Teachers allegedly impregnating children at school. This is hugely problematic. He says that 9 educators currently on suspension as a result of these allegations.